Welcome to Hispanic in America, the podcast. I'm your host, Daisy Cedeño. Today we have Omilani Alarcón. She's a visual and performing artist, poet, scholar, and founder of the Latinegras brand. Her current project is the award-nominated documentary, Latinegras, Love the Skin You're In. Welcome, Omilani Alarcón.
Well, I'm an artist, and I've been performing since I was a kid. I started in television, and I moved into music and dance, and so that's how I started. And then I moved back into music and film too.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your documentary, Latinegras. Where did it start?
Latinegras, I really would say that it's something that's been writing itself all my life. I don't know why, but when I was about 8 years old, my aunt gave me this book called Down These Mean Streets by Piri Tomas. And it was about a man who was from New York, like me, I'm from New York. And he had to deal with the question of if he went to the segregated South, would they see him as black, or would they just see him as different, as Puerto Rican, so he's not the same as other black people? And I think that started the spark of me looking into identity and what it means to me being. And then later on in life, you know, when I moved to Miami, I had to deal with a lot of issues of living in Miami and identity. It could be a real thing here because, you know, if you come speaking Spanish or if you identify as Latino, some people don't accept you or make you prove your Latinidad. So that was my experience. I was in denial for a while, but when I started teaching and my students would ask me about who I was and my identity, when one of my students told me that her parents told her don't bring home any dark-skinned guys, that's when I knew that I was doing a disservice by not sharing my identity. So I started talking about it, and Latinegras was my way of asking myself, who am I?
Why is it important that we talk about Latinegras in today's world?
It's important because there are still a lot of inequities when it comes to Afro-Latinos and visibility, not just in media, but in textbooks, in politics, in many aspects of Latino life, not just in the United States, which is even worse, or I don't know. They both have their issues in the States and in Latin America too.
Do you think people are going to start to see us differently, Latinos, that we come from different ways, colors, shapes? We come in different forms. Do you think that's a possibility?
It's beginning now to become more open. It's still a struggle because, for example, Amara La Negra, she is constantly being asked if her skin is real, if her hair is real. There are other people. I even watched an artist, an international artist who lives here in Miami, Aimee Nuviola. She was in an interview, and the whole interview was about her hair. So, people are fixed still on our looks, on our things that are quite superficial, instead of getting to understand the culture, getting to understand that the erasure is something that is damaging, not just to Afro-Latinos, but to everyone. And we're more than just our hair and our complexion.
Exactly. And Omara La Negra, She's an actress and she's a singer. Just in case nobody they don't recognize their name or they don't know who she is, but she's an actress and a singer, and she is trying to do transitions between two worlds, which is the Latin market, and also she's doing stuff in English. Correct?
Yes. And she's been out for a while. She was in Sábado Gigante.
Yes.
We knew about her for a long time.
Yes, exactly. Okay, perfect. What has been the perception with the Anglo market compared to the Latino market? It's been like welcoming, or they just like a little bit like in awe what's going on?
I was a little, honestly, when I released Latinegras, it's so close to heart. I didn't know how anybody was going to accept it. Because just like sometimes we have trouble accepting ourselves, I thought people were going to see it as ugly because it didn't look like other people's stuff. But honestly, I have been getting a lot of love. A lot of people really relate to the story. I had people from Russia come and tell me that people told them the same thing, and that sometimes because of the way I told the story, it was more from the perspective of what it is like to feel, ugly, to be honest. And then how did you learn to love the skin you're in?
Exactly. Okay, so tell me a little bit about future projects. Where we're going from now? Because I know that you are doing a tour, you talk in some schools about the situation and what you're going through, and also you present the documentary in Spain, in the Miami Film Festival, so you're all over the place. So what is the future?
Well, I'm working on narrative films now, and I'm working on a film called Esperanza, which I'm still looking for AfroLatino actors, which has been very hard for me to find.
Wow.
And I'm still trying to cast, and I refuse to give up or to take the film out of Miami, but it has been a big challenge for me.
In Miami, you haven't found Afro-Latinos actors in Miami.
You would be really surprised. Yes, you'd be really surprised that I put when I do the casting notices, I put it there. I put a girl with an afro. I will put the first line, Afro-Latino or Black, something like that. And most of the people who come out for the auditions are not Black at all.
Okay, so there's an opportunity there. We have to open like a class for acting.
Yeah.
Acting classes for Afro-Latinos. They have to speak English and Spanish, be fluent in both?
Yes, in fact, Spanish at least for the characters that I'm looking for, but Spanish and English, yes.
Okay, so you can go to Dominican Republic.
I would love to. And they have a great film, it's great for filmmakers in the Dominican Republic too.
I think, yes, there's a great opportunity, and you're going to have a lot of material and also a lot of people that will jump into your film to participate, okay? So there's a great opportunity there. Okay, fantastic. Where can we find you if we want to learn about what you're doing, if we want to follow you and follow your mission?
On Twitter, I'm Latinegra. On Instagram, Latinegras Love. And Facebook, I'm Latinegras.